So I'm just going to sort of fill in a couple of concepts and then we can discuss those. And basically the concepts center around what you could call non-duality. It's not actually a thing. So we can't actually, in that sense, talk about it, but we can in some way sort of point towards what it seems to be and what it's not. So what's happening, or what seems to be this, didn't start anywhere. This isn't the beginning of this. It's not coming from somewhere. It's not becoming anything. Whatever's happening, I'm talking about what's happening. I'm not talking about a specific happening. I'm talking about whatever seems to be happening. It's not coming from anywhere. It's not starting now. There's no beginning to this. And it's not going anywhere. There's no need that needs to be fulfilled. There's no lack of completion that is waiting for something to happen. There's no intention to this. There's simply what seems to be. That can be the experience of this needing to go somewhere. It doesn't, but that seems to arise. It can arise as the feeling that this has intention, or it's incomplete, or something needs to happen. It doesn't, but it can be that. So when I say this isn't going anywhere, it has no intention, the suggestion is there's no limit, there's no edge, there's no boundary. There isn't actually anything outside of that description. That has consequences to the experience of this being a personal centered reality. A personal centered reality is actually what this meeting is sort of about. Because it's a response to that experience that this appearance isn't complete. That it really is and needs to be headed somewhere. That there is something missing in this happening. That there's a right way for this appearance to be and a wrong way for this appearance to be, and it's up to that center position to figure that out and to make it right. That's what this is a response to. And the response is, that's not true, but that's also what seems to be. So there's nothing right or wrong with that. There's no edge to it. It's limitless, beginninglessness. So because it's not going anywhere, because there's no need involved, it's actually not really happening in the sense that it's not waiting. It can't get better in the sense of becoming more complete. What we're pointing to is what is. There isn't anything but what is. There's nothing that can be said about what is because there's no possible way to objectify it. It's only that a separate experience, meaning you, the experience that I am, that can't help but objectify everything. Because it lives in a world where this appearance is coming from somewhere and is going to somewhere as a need. The need in relation to me and the experience that what appears is unfulfilling, is waiting to be completed by me. And the message is, that's an illusion. Meaning, we're not trying to find the end of that experience. We're not looking for the no me or the no I am state or reality. There isn't any. There just isn't an individual. There isn't one to fall away. The revelation is, there never was an individual to fall away. There never is anything but the completeness, the wholeness, the unconditionality of what's appearing. So it's not that the message has nothing to give to you. It's that there's no one to give it to, and there's nothing to give, because it is already everything. So there's nothing being held back. There's no secret. There's nothing that needs to be found, because there's nothing really lost. So at best you could say that the message is a reflection of the end of the experience of duality, or simply inspirational. Maybe ringing the bell of recognition somewhere, that this doesn't need to go anywhere, that there really isn't anything that needs to happen, that there is no need for a meaning and purpose to this appearance, that it is already fulfilled exactly as it is. And that fulfillment, that completeness is limitless. There is nothing ever that arises that is not that. This is what's longed for. It can't possibly be wanted, because there's no way to want what is already. It's not separate. But it's what's longed for, and what's longed for is the end of looking for something else. The end of the need to become. That is this.
Hi, Jim.
Hey!
Hi, I am very happy to talk to you. I have been doing Muji's invitation for some time, and I thought I was really getting somewhere with it.
Yeah!
and then I watched some of your videos.
Oh no!
And then I understood, like, it's just a story, all of it.
It ruined it all. Oh,
yes,
no.
It totally ruined it. I was just like, yes, I finally got it, and then no. So, well, I don't know. Like any question seems kind of relevant. I just enjoy this energy, and I really liked in one of your videos you were talking in German. And I don't understand German, but it was very strong, like it had the same effect. So, well, yes, I don't know. I'm just so open. I could say when I hear your message, it's just it's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's so simply nothing, and
yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just nothing, and it's so everything at once, and questions they come up, but they just pass, and emotions they seem to be like strong, like they because they come and they go, and it's just no reference. But I don't. I have like a husband and a baby, and it is all real life, you could say. But it's just happening somehow.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I listen to you, and just that's it. You know, that this energy. It's undescribable, but it's just what is. So yes, thank you.
Thanks.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
Do you see any value in
No.
meditation?
There's no value in anything. There's no value in this message. That's the message. There's no value. Value would be sort of an indication that something needed, that something could be added to this. And meditation, I mean, you could just say that this is meditation. All there is meditation. But meditation as a practice is an intention to find something that seems to be missing. And that's the dream, is truly something needs to happen. That's the dream.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering, my experience here is different from yours.
That's the dream.
Yeah. And this longing here to be where you are. I wonder if you could just say something about what it is that is actually holding on to something that is.
Well, the mechanism begins with the experience of here. Here is the first thing that seems to be known. And when that arises, which is happening, that if there's an individual, that's the first thing that's happening. That's part of the construct of the individual. It arises, and it feels like I have something. I know something here. That feels like I've added something to myself. It feels like there's a solidity now. There's a me-ness. There's an I-ness. I have something, and what I have is I know I'm here. What's not so obvious is that the knowing of here, knowing in itself, engenders the need to know the next thing. So suddenly what happens, the whole thing mushrooms into the experience that there's two realities, as you started your question. There's somebody over there, and there's somebody over here, and what's over there is something I could want. It's different than what's happening here, and it's something I could want, because I know I'm here, and knowing engenders the need to know, and so what I need must be over there, because if he's sitting in front of all these people talking about this stuff, he must have it. That's the mechanism.
Yeah, and I wonder what is it that makes it go back there? Because let's say I had a glimpse, and then it goes back to that, which I don't want. What is it that it's actually holding on to? Do you understand my question?
Yeah.
It's
why
like
does it continue? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It is.
Continue?
Absolutely. It's like glue.
So what is it that's... Why doesn't the glue just...
Well, don't you see that is the glue itself? Why doesn't it stop? It's already not happening. It can't stop because it's not happening. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
And so the experience of the need for something to happen is the glue.
But the illusion keeps going on.
No, it's not. It's an illusion. It's not happening. But I understand that there's a dream, there's an experience that it is happening, and that something's missing. But the thing is there's nothing actually missing. The experience is I know something, and so I need something else to fulfill this, to hopefully end the need to know. You don't. You don't know. You don't know. There's no you. So there's no fulfillment for the next need to know, because the first need to know is completely illusory. Nobody knows what this is. This is, in a very real way, completely undefinable. The experience is I have this, and now I need something else. Nobody has this. No one knows what this is. Everything that arises or appears is the whole of everything. It's completely unobjectifiable. Already. So the desire or the wish to find something else is the experience that it is objectifiable, that you know what it is, and therefore you're now responsible for the next movement which will make it what you think is missing. There isn't anything missing. It's only an illusion that arises out of the experience that you know this, and you don't. There's no hope.
I know that. It's like whatever you say, it's perfectly, it makes sense somehow.
Yeah.
But there's still this, we are still sitting here, a lot of people.
We're not, though.
No. But
do you see?
Well, there is a difference here.
No, there isn't.
No, but we think so.
Well, there's an experience that there's a difference. And that's the dream, which is the experience that you know what's happening, which you don't. There isn't actually a you. But already. So the idea that something needs to happen to get rid of it is just the dream.
I'm just
well, you'll never get rid of it because it's not happening.
No. But I'm so curious. But the thing that struck me the most when I first heard you, it was the words, "This is the end of the need to know," because I realized what I want all the time is to know. That's continuing. Yeah. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know what I don't know. And another part just resonates with what you say and wonder what the hell. What makes it go on? That's what makes this.
But you're telling me that it's really happening. It's not really happening. So there's nothing making it go on.
This is beyond knowing.
Yeah. Well, it's beyond having, or it's not havable. It's also unavoidable.
Yeah.
So it can't be had, but it can't be lost. Just seems lost when there is an experience that arises that says, I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Zoltan.
That's yeah. So I don't really have a question. It's just like commenting, if I may.
Yeah.
So I met you more than a year ago, and since then, I think I understand the concept of non-duality. Well, I mean, and I understand that it's pointless to do anything, but yet still I'm here, and
So you haven't understood what's being said. I'm sorry, I can't let you go on. It's not that you can't do anything.
Please don't do that to me. Yeah.
It's that there's no you.
Yeah, I know. But still, I mean, I'm here, and I suppose there are many of us here in the belief that I will gain something today. And
Yeah, maybe. I think some people might be here just because it resonates. You know, there's something that's heard, and not a need to find something. It just sort of, for me, it was listening to Tony was just the closest I could get to home. I knew it wasn't home, but hearing it somehow, a aliveness arises or something happens where it's just a relief.
Okay. So now,
now you can go looking for a relief.
Exactly, that's the point.
The individual has no choice. It objectifies this whole message. It can't help it. And then it tries to apply it. There's nothing that can be done about that. But just to be clear, that's also wholeness.
Yeah.
That's also perfect in the sense that there's no need for this to be in any way whatsoever. So in that sense, whatever arises is perfectly what's arising.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's just like thinking, okay, Tony in the story, it was Tony the first who just like came up.
Well, not really. I mean, you can go back a few hundred years to people like Huang Po or Long Chimpa, or I mean, there's a number of them. Jesus has a lot of non-dual stuff. Really? If you read the Gospel of Thomas.
Yeah, but I mean, so and there is Advaita. So I mean, it's long, long back.
Yeah.
But
Advaita-Vedanta is a teaching. In the Upanishads, it's a teaching, the knowing of not to. That's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Okay. So you make a distinction between.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Advaita. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and I got it. Yeah, that was one of my questions. So, and I mean, and now all this spiritual thinking, seeking, has become pointless. So
yeah,
I've got a lot of time now. and so
I've got a large garden, and there's plenty to do. You're not far away.
No, absolutely. No. Yeah, these travel restrictions just. Like
that's true. Oh, you good excuse. There you go.
Yeah, and you need to visit Budapest.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, understanding doesn't get me anywhere.
Oh, it's useless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but anyway, now I have a new aim, just to be here and try to feel.
Now you can be no me. You can try to be no me.
Yeah. Okay, Jim. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
It's so good that you have this morning session.
Ah, good.
It's very a lot more humane for the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
It's not a 2 a.m. rise. So there is no me to fall away. There isn't me, so it can't fall away.
That's right.
But there is the experience or the sense or the illusion or the contraction that can dissipate, no more, can be no more. And that sounds much nicer, because when you a lot of the time when there is a sense of being a separate or an individual, there is so much suffering.
Yeah.
and it sounds better not because there won't be any pain or there won't be angry or whatever, but just that there won't be the suffering of or about what's going on.
Part of the dream of the individual is, first off, it knows it is, which is an illusion. And then it also knows what it wants, such as the know me thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but also an illusion.
Even if I say, okay, there is no me, but I still left with the wanting that contraction will release. So
yeah, but because you think that'll be better.
Yes. It sounds.
How do you know it looks better?
It sounds.
You don't know
better.
that. That's because you think you can objectify what's being said.
Sorry?
That's because you think you can objectify what's being said. That it makes sense to you.
It's not even about making sense. It just sounds like, it sounds like good riddance, you know?
Yeah.
But it might or might not happen, that the sense of being.
It doesn't happen. It'll never happen. It never happens.
But like in your, in your perspective, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a contraction and then there was no more contraction.
Yeah.
So here is a contraction, and the contraction wants to not be.
But what you're saying is that this knows there's no contraction, and that's what you want. The knowing there's no contraction. That never happens.
I don't mind if I don't know.
You already don't know. And I think you mind. You want to know the contraction's gone. You want to know there's no me. There is no me. Nobody ever knows there's no me. It's over already. This doesn't have a beginning.
So what is it that I feel like a separate person, or that I feel whatever, you know, like...
That's the experience that you know what this is.
Right.
Which is an illusion.
Experience? It's a very strong illusion because it all seems so real.
Yeah.
So
it's the only thing that seems real. That's the only realness, is the experience that I know. There's not another realness that takes over. That realness just seems to fall away. And then nothing is real nor unreal, and nobody knows that.
So that's what I want.
You can't want that because it is already. It's unwantable.
I understand that, but you know what I mean? That they're over here.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Sorry?
I know exactly what you mean. And for me, it was the worst thing ever to hear. Because the conviction that something needs to happen is as deep as it can go.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. There is this little hope that maybe.
Yeah.
Bugger. Yeah, but it is the sense of relief has been quite. It's nice, like because I'm just using the language for the sake of saying, like, and like I could see that I will never know what, like, as human beings, we will never know what we want to know, and we will never find anything, and there is no way to get anywhere. You know, like that was a really great relief, like good riddance again, but there is still a lot of this feeling like energy is a separate person.
There's not actually a lot of it. It's less real than a wisp of smoke.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sense of existence. I don't even understand that. Jim, can you please say something about the sense of existence? Is it related? Existence means exist means to stick out. That's if you look it up in the dictionary, that's what exist. And this is the end of sticking out. Things stick out only as an opposite or as another to here-ness. And I can't emphasize enough that this doesn't have a no here-ness. There's just no here-ness. But nobody has it. It's not an experience.
Hello, Jim.
Hey.
Nobody's raising hands.
No.
So
Yeah, go for it.
Can I ask? Very often people use the word play or creating, like this is just kind of a play or creation. Would you say the same thing? Or?
Nothing's created.
Even creating, kind of?
No, there's nothing really happening.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I lost you. You were there for a second. Oh, there you are. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Nothing is great. Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, I understand it for the first time, actually. So, but the word playing, is it? Do you agree with the word play?
You mean you can call this whatever you want, but you can't actually define this.
Yeah. Oh, actually, and I just remembered in one of your talks, you said you can call this unconditional love, or you can call this dirty underwear.
Yeah.
It's a very big difference. I want to ask about this because, like, it's a big difference. You know, I think people tend to call this unconditional love because that's what can be kind of comparable when we feel in love. Or
no. Well, it has nothing to do with that experience of being in love, because it's unconditional. Being in love is conditional. And that's where unconditional or unrecognizable or unknowable, that's where those words come from. They come from, this is a little intellectual, but just stick with me. So the experience of being an individual is a solid, real, conditional happening. That's the thing. I feel I am here. My life is love. My love is conditional. My life is conditional, happiness is conditional, freedom is conditional, it's all conditioned. When that begins to fall away, it's reflected in what can't be known as unconditional love, as unconditional freedom. But this appearance, or this, can't be called unconditional love or unconditional freedom. It can't be called anything. It's only that as a response to the experience that it's conditional. Really, there is no beginning or end definition that this can be, that contains this appearance.
Yeah, but it seems to me like all the teachers or even you.
You can't compare me to other teachers.
Yeah, I know, but all this seems to be happening for. Yeah, okay, no, all right. You will tell me that there is no meaning to that. No, these words.
There's not just no meaning. There's no one for it to mean anything to.
Yeah, okay.
The individual is desperate to get somewhere.
Yeah, but
because the experience is that something needs to happen.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get is like the word unconditional or the expression unconditional love comes because it probably feels like if you say unconditional love, this or dirty underwear. To me, these are two completely different things, and
yeah.
I imagine two completely different things.
Yeah.
So what?
Well, the point to comparing those two is to point out that we're talking about what's limitless, what's definelessness, what can't be defined, known, understood. And so it doesn't really matter what you call it. Yeah, and so if we call it unconditional love, then it seems to be something that can be understood and can be wantable.
Exactly.
Yeah, it can't be.
But, okay.
That's where the comparison to dirty underwear comes, because nobody wants dirty underwear. But you can call this anything, because what we're talking about is what can't be defined, what can't be objectified, what can't be known. So we're talking about what is already.
And there is no control. Nobody controls anything. So what is said, it's just said. Nobody says anything. It is
absolutely.
Even though.
But that's what your scientist man said.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it funny? Oh, that's all we want. But as soon as it comes up, it's like, oh God, well, not that.
Yeah, no, it's this is like very interesting, you know, like to kind of ponder on the idea that everything, anybody says, although there is nobody to say, it's they don't know they are saying it kind of thing.
No, what happens is, and this is another sort of it's useless information, but the me is actually like a cloud, so that everything that arises happens in that cloud. And that cloud, you could call it a cloud of knowing or ownership. So everything happens in that cloud of knowing or ownership. So nothing belongs to anyone, but then there's this cloud of knowing or ownership that comes out of the contracted energy that says, this is me, or it's not me. Whatever, it's in relationship to me. That's the experience of I am.
Yeah, but also like when you are talking to people, like in normal life, you know, so they are saying something, but they don't know what they are saying, or they don't control what they say. Yeah, and like sometimes also the words like the description ecstatic freedom, the feeling of bliss and ecstatic freedom comes. Does it? Could you say something about that? Do you feel?
That sounds like a story to me, except no, nobody feels bliss.
And ecstatic freedom, but ecstatic freedom, is it also the experience of the individual when there is like the sense of me, when it's kind of...
well, but the thing is you're coming up with all these things that somebody could want.
No, you know, because I don't know...
So ecstatic freedom sounds great.
No,
I go into meditation and I have ecstatic freedom experience.
Now, have you read the book by Eugene O'Neill, A Journey in one day or something?
No.
I don't remember the name in English, but this was a very significant writer. And he was like, his family background is horrible, you know. Mom was addicted to pills, father alcoholic, and the book he's writing, I don't remember what the book was about, but he used to love to go to the sea, this author, and he had obviously he had two glimpses he's like, his books are classic now, yeah, and he's describing glimpses, obviously, in this book. These are the only things which stuck out for me and which I wrote down those years ago when I read the book. And he's actually describing like there was no me, there was no future, there was no past, there was no me, there was no, like, I wasn't a human. It wasn't even life of a human. I was just life itself.
Yeah, that's this. There's nothing else.
But then he also talks about this like ecstatic freedom and, you know. So, yeah. Okay.
Well, there's in some of the glimpses, some of the glimpses or some of the falling aways, you could describe those things. The thing is that none of that stuff lasts.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, thank you. No,
and it's all part of a story of the individual, of a process. So when there's an individual, there can be these certain glimpses and things that come up, these falling away or climacterics, but they're completely meaningless. That's the reason I guess most of us don't talk about them, because there's no point to it. It's another carrot for the individual to go looking for, really. Because in the end, what we're pointing to is what is already.
Yeah, okay.
And that doesn't have a cause. It never is any different. What is already isn't the result of realizations or recognitions or falling aways. Those are just stories.
Okay. Those are the stories that we like hear or listen to.
Of course. That's why you'd ask me, what's my story? Did I meditate? Did I do this? What happened to me? Because then it makes sense to you. What doesn't make sense, what isn't wantable is that this is it already.
No, I mean, but by hearing these stories, that's what makes us want to have the same thing or experience. That's what makes us interesting in that, isn't it?
Yeah, but this isn't wantable, but this isn't that story.
I understand. I mean, that's how we get to get involved. That's probably how we apparently get involved in this, because we hear these stories. I heard this story, I read about it, or I heard it, and that's why I want it. Kind of, that's how it apparently happens. Okay. All right. So there is, okay. This is like new piece of information.
Oh, great. Yeah, put it in your book.
I will write it down later.
Yeah, write it down.
So then you say like these are momentary feelings. They fall away later.
Well, like the falling away of the individual, the recognition that there isn't someone. It's like that, and it's over. And there's no lingering. Nobody has anything out of it. Nothing actually happened, because what it is the recognition that something wasn't happening.
Okay, so, all right, so, okay, I will stop listening to those things.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants to ask something?
Thanks.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Thank you.
And if not, I will ask again.
Hi.
Hi.
I was unmuted. I don't have a question. I just wanted to share a few things, and I'll try to do it fast.
Okay.
So when I came across this message, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos of you, and the only kind of strongly identifiable thing that kept happening was that ending of time. And also, even now, as you started the meeting, that was just boom. That was always there, kind of. And every time you would say to someone, you're not there, or you're not there already, or in that line, always telling people you're not there already, it just felt like so good. Like every single time I heard it, it was like, oh, it was a reaction.
Yeah.
And also the third observation was all the conflict of people wanting something, like that sense of conflict in the room or at all, and not getting things would happen a lot, of course. And then sometimes there would be this like kind of opening of like silence and just opening of the whole thing. Like in the river where it flows, slows down and kind of quiet. I think that's all I had to say.
No, thanks.
Really great. Yeah, that's all. And all the people who ask questions, they're so perfect. It's kind of even funny. how
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
pretend to be suffering. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
doing
you.
this.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
I didn't see what's happening. Jim, all the time, a long time I know this, what you're saying. And in the meantime, I was working with people with healing, readings, giving consults. And I felt one leg in the eternity and one leg in the dream state. And there was still a fear of, but how can I, if I step out of this dream state, then there is nothing to do. I'm not there anymore. I felt that when you were speaking this message, and I was only crying and laughing, because I cannot deny this anymore. I cannot deny it anymore. And the only stretching in the head is, but what are you doing for your work? How are you going to earn your money? Because this was my income, and now I'm flat out. I don't have any job, but there is no interest in any direction, any personal wanting to do, and that feels kind of, to be honest, there is no titling there. But I really don't know.
That's true.
Yeah. There is shit, but I want to do something. And especially, and I want to say this here, because I see what's going on in the world. There is one dictatorship going on, draining the humanity, wanting to kill it with the dictatorship. And this makes me really shitty angry. And I know it is a story, but I see what's going on. And then you can say, oh, Marijke, don't care. It's just a story. It's a movie.
Nobody cares. Caring arises.
I care very much. And I talk to people, do you know what's going on? Those vaccines, they are chipped, they are ruining your DNA. I see what's going on. And this is still coming up. A fire of humanity is a creation of the wholeness. It is, in a way, for me, life is sacred. Although you can say it's a dream. There are many planets and creations, and this is also in the dream, but it still is a divinity dream. So I cannot go with you that you say, oh, blurred out, it's all a dream and nothing's happening. In the same way, it is a creation, and I feel still it's a creation of duality, but the beauty, I feel the resonance of the beauty of life. You understand?
Yeah.
And this makes me still cry, because what I see there, what's going on.
Yeah, you think it has value.
It's damn right it has.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Where does it come from?
And nowhere. This isn't coming from anywhere. That's the freedom of it.
Yeah, but I know that. If I'm I feel this nothingness.
Okay, I never felt nothingness. I felt the end of somethingness. I didn't feel it, but there's the end of somethingness.
Yeah, it's like all the radio stations they call me. That's how you experience it like that. It goes.
No. There's like we were talking to the lady before. There's an immediate sort of shift, if you like, but there's no continuum. It's actually the shift is the end of any real continuum at all.
Yeah, it's like you shut up the radio. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but at the other time I said, yeah, but that cannot then I will be like a zombie. That's the mind saying that. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
Did you have that also, that experience? That there's
Feeling like
something-
a zombie? No.
Huh?
Feeling like a zombie?
No, it's like if I really allow this is also, of course, this voice entity, then I will be like, no use. I think that's where the sadness is. I know it's scratching on the wall, but it feels like that. That's why it feels sadness. It's like you have a painting and all the paint goes off.
Absolutely.
That's how it feels. All the work.
Yeah. The dream that something's being lost.
Yeah, and I can't talk about it. It's
but
like,
then there's nothing lost in the end. Because there's nothing really happening. There is no value to anything. There's no need because there's nothing lost. There's nothing needed. This is already as it is. Period.
so there is no driving road for you anymore. That you feel, oh, nothing, eh? No roads. No, I see that. No driver, no seat, nothing.
No.
Well, this is the ache, the aches, the squat.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it feels. That's why I was also like this, sitting.
Yeah, of course.
Coughing and I go.
Yeah.
It's samurai sword. Eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Gune, you're on.
Yes. Am I?
Yes, you are.
Hello, Jim. It's such an honor to be in your presence.
Oh, God.
I have been, you just came into my life the last couple of weeks, and I am absolutely obsessed every day, just watching your videos. So to be able to be here and having this interaction is it's really lovely. When I raised my hand, didn't even know what I was going to say. So whatever comes up, for a long time, I felt that everything felt like an illusion anyway. But since listening to you, that the message is happening to me, that is really is, nothing is happening. This meeting with you is happening. Whatever the need is here, they want to hear it. So if that need wasn't there, none of this would be happening. So if that need has gone away tomorrow, would be absolutely nothing. I don't think that there is the world there or apparent happening that regularly happens. I feel like now it happens because that want to hear it. And sometimes I'm just thinking, am I losing it? And 2 days ago, when my fridge suddenly breaks down, and then the reality again hits you, you have to get a new fridge quickly. And then it's a struggle to get it in and out, ruining my beautiful flooring. And I'm telling myself, it's all an illusion, but nonetheless.
So just to be very clear, the only illusion is that you're looking or you know. Everything else is an appearance. Yeah, it just seems to be.
If this wasn't here to know it, will everything still appear? It would.
Well, there is only what appears. There isn't everything still appearing. There is only what's appearing.
Because this notices the appearing.
No, it appears.
Okay.
Then the appearance, when that notices it, then the appearance seems to have a reality to it. It seems to be solid. It seems to be separate. With that comes the experience that it has meaning and purpose, that it has value. And with that comes the need to fulfill that. The need for something to happen, for it to fulfill the need for value and meaning and purpose. And I am the responsible party of making that happen. All of that is an illusion. It's actually not happening. What's left is this.
Okay.
And this is completely undefinable. It's just what seems to be. It's not really. It just seems to be.
So this one just carries on with this illusion because
nothing. Yeah, apparently.
As everything appears, you just love it and live it.
There's no one to love it.
Everything appears. No one.
There's no one to love it, and there's no one to live it.
I still had to get a new fridge.
Yeah, you didn't do it though. It just seemed to happen. And it never did. It actually didn't happen. That is just a memory of this appearing as that. That's just this appearing as the memory of getting a new fridge. There isn't any real past. There isn't any real future. This isn't really going anywhere. And it's not really coming from anywhere. This, exactly as it is all there is. There is nothing else.
Yeah, conceptually, I get it.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you.
No, I love you too. Thank you.
Hi, Jim, again.
Hey.
You talk. I've heard people mention a resonance. I feel a resonance listening to you, and I feel I've been a bit of a binge watching your video as well. But the resonance in the peace is in the dream, and not only that, it actually threatens the dream. So that's very confusing.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't quite say it quite like that, actually. If you want to talk about resonance, I would say that that's not the me or the individual that resonates. Because, like you correctly say, it's the biggest threat to the individual. So what resonates is not the individual. It never resonates with this. It can only do two things with it, really. It can objectify it and try to apply it to its life, which is part of the dream, or it can reject it because it's nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess the dream part then is when I look, I think I'm experiencing the resonance, then I'm back in the dream. I guess that's
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not you're back in the dream.
Well,
experience is a dream. Because nobody gets out of the dream. Nobody survives.
Well, The black hole of dreaming.
Yeah, that's right. When the dream ends, I end. I and the dream end the same thing. Nobody wakes up.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's just great listening to you. It's a very weird thing, but it's good.
Hi, Jim.
Hey.
Hey. When you say that the illusion of here, the illusion of here-ness, is it similar? Is it the same that the illusion of the now, the illusion of the present moment?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Michael. Or not.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Hi there.
Hi there.
Okay, it's good to see you, really.
And you.
I'm enjoying this meeting.
That's what we're here for. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I hope as many people as possible are enjoying too. All right. What I wanna say. I feel an urge to say something clever. But that's me. But also I have an urge to say hello, just to I don't know. It's so strange because we are talking constantly here about not existing egos or me's or whatever. But it's not an obstacle to say, how are you, How are you?
Not at all.
How are you today?
Nobody says anything. Good. How are you?
Excited.
Where are you?
Like being Holland.
Holland, yeah.
I'm living here, yeah. So, I have a good memories from the meeting in Vienna. It was this year, yeah, a couple of months ago.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you recognize me. Maybe.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I never saw you laying down before.
Again?
I never saw you laying down before.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
You saw me eating something. Oh, I should eat something. Okay. I greet everybody there.
Great.
I don't know. Any message? Just relax. Just relax.
Who's going to relax?
I don't know. The bodies. Okay. And maybe there's something. Yeah, maybe I can say. We know that there's nothing. The message is that nobody gets it. Nobody can get anything. So sometimes I feel I can get it. I can understand. Sometimes it seems so crazy and ungraspable. Then it's okay also. But what I want to say, I don't know if it's really the only the message the message I can hear from you. What's causing? But it can cause also. It can cause different, reactions, yeah. And you told about you spoke about it, but somebody can, reject it, or I don't know, can say, okay, if there's nothing to do, nothing matters. Then what the hell? I can lie down, starve to death, maybe, or whatever.
Mm.
But on the contrary, also, because everything is, you can say, a freedom. So whatever I do, whatever this body does, and that's maybe it's a question if I can enjoy or not. But it's still not
actually,
the point.
it actually doesn't have anything to do with you.
It's yeah, but yeah, I know I'm not in control because
No, it's not that you're not in control, it's that there isn't a you. There's no one to be in control.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not because
right.
I would be able to, but I'm not able because it just happens.
Because there's no you.
There's just talking here, I know, I understand. I can help it. I mean, nobody can help. Okay. What's so funny?
Circles and circles and circles. Yeah. Always trying to maintain some sort of control.
To put it in words, yeah, to put it in words. But words are all right also. I mean, they're all right.
There's nothing all right with anything. And there's nothing not all right with anything. There's nowhere for that judgment to arise. It's only an illusion that there's that space for that judgment to arise, to make this good or bad or right or wrong, valuable, invaluable.
Well, all right, but yeah,
that's an illusion.
That was the feeling. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm expressing now. Maybe tomorrow I would say different, If that's not all right. Sometimes.
Well, thank God there isn't a tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. No worries. No. Worry if you want.
No
okay.
worry arises.
You cannot want, so okay.
Oh man. Well, thanks for saying hi.
Yes, no problem.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hi, Jim again.
Hi.
When you say this is all there is,
yeah,
I can't even grasp what this means. There seems like there's millions of things.
No, there isn't even a this. This is just a suggestion. There's no this.
Right. So
there's no what is. What we're talking about is immediate. There's never anything but immediacy.
Yeah,
it's a dream that there's this and something else. There isn't. And the dream that there's this and something else is immediacy, appearing as this and something else. Boom. Ha!
It's huge. It's a big bang.
Yeah, it's the big, but this is the Big Bang.
Wow.
Hmm.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, Jim. When you talk about appearance, it appears to someone, right? The dream requires the dreamer. No, the dream and the dreamer are the same thing. The appearance doesn't appear to anyone. The dream and the dreamer are the same thing. And when the dream ends, the dreamer ends. But not really, of course, because there isn't a dreamer. There isn't an illusion. There's simply what's happening, what appears, what seems to be. It's unavoidable, and in that sense, it's unobjectifiable, and so you can't get it. The idea, the experience that you need to get it, just comes out of the illusion that there's something that's known already. There's nothing right or wrong with the illusion. There's nothing right or wrong with the experience that something needs to happen. This isn't about the end of that or the need for something to change. It's merely pointing out that this is already unrecognizably and unconditionally free. Whatever's happening is that. That's the beginning and end of it. It's not going anywhere. This happening isn't going anywhere. It's already complete. So, thank you all for showing up. We'll be back at 6 if anybody, I think at 6. Shake your head, Rita, if that's right. Is that right? 6 o'clock. We'll be back at 6 o'clock if anybody wants to join us. I love you all. Love to see you. Thank you very much. And bye. All the way up.